Good Friday morning. It is November 22nd, 2019, and yes, it's been more than a minute. It's been almost a month since we chatted, and I had promised you for a price breakdown for the 3-gallon Nano drink dispenser, and that's what I'm going to do. Actually, I'm going to make this probably a two-part discussion of the price breakdown I promised you and holiday pets. So what did we actually spend? I'm not going to give you an actual cost breakdown because I went way over this budget, but I am going to give you kind of the conservative to median range on what you would spend. So for the 3-gallon Anchor Hocking drink dispenser, about $45. Good news, if you search for exactly that name, it will come up in the search results on Amazon. Fluorite substrate, which is that clay material that I used, between $22 and $27 a bag. It's a little spendy, but it's a very good product that will not change your water chemistry. The little Nano air pump, about $7. The sponge pre-filter, another approximately $7. The API master kit, don't skip this one, $22 to $27. Aquatic plants, somewhere between $10 and $50 for this size, and depending on what you are interested in. If you just want one nice Java fern, you can find a nice Java fern that will look great in your aquarium and do well for about $10. The total is $115 approximately for the lowest price range we've given you up here, but that doesn't include driftwood, rock, any other kind of hardscape, or your livestock. That's up to you. It also does not include shipping and handling. So be careful when calculating your costs when you buy online from anyone. And now let's talk about holiday pets. Puppies and kitties and aquariums and birds and fish and hamsters and gerbils and all those things that your kids are bugging you for a while. Well, it's now Sunday afternoon, and I got a little distracted. Honestly, I wanted to spend some time with my German Shepherd. She was put down back in September. I have avoided watching any of the videos on Halieus Media, but today was a beautiful sunny day and I miss her. So anyway, let's move on to pets for the holidays. And we're going to use the aquariums as our example because that's what this series is. So you can see that if I put world's or smallest aquarium in the world in YouTube search bar, this is what we get. And you can tell by this guy's hands how small this is. And it does have livestock in it. And there's one that's even smaller. And, how far do you want to go? There's a Lego, but it doesn't have anything in it, clearly. But, people get fascinated by this. Like, how small can you go? Just like, how big can you go? Or in the case of this one right here, just what can you make out of, an aquarium into, or make an aquarium from? And I've done the same thing. Admittedly, my tank is a novelty tank, and it's not for everybody. But I have used the minimum requirements for my livestock, and that was the whole point of this series. Show you what you need to do to keep a healthy aquarium. None of these products that we've just briefly looked at, I don't recommend any of them, and I would even ask you, please don't even consider them. You might think, as we've talked about before, that the smaller the aquarium, the less maintenance, what could go wrong in such a small box of water. And we've already proven throughout this series that small goes sideways really fast. It's easier to keep and maintain good water quality in a 20-gallon aquarium than it is anything smaller. But I will say that 10-gallon, if you maintain it weekly, it takes, 45 minutes or an hour to maintain it on a weekly basis. If you do that, then 10-gallon is good. But unless you're going to be on top of it, don't go any smaller. So, puppies and kittens and gerbils and birds and all those other things that your kids have been pestering you about, I would ask you, if you're gonna do an aquarium, go out Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, and buy the aquarium, the substrate, the filter, the master test kit. Don't skip that. Buy everything you need to start the aquarium cycle so that by the day after Christmas, your kids will have, you can go out with your kids and go shopping for livestock. It's something that you can do together as a family after the holidays. Please, please, please don't bring an aquarium home, and this goes for any other pet. Don't bring them home and you know, uh, stick it in a box and whatever it is, and then, have the kids unwrap the box and, oh, there's a cute puppy or a kitty. Please don't do that. And I'm asking you that to not do that because you can go out pet shopping on Black Friday, or you could schedule appointments sometime between now and Christmas for the Christmas pet, whatever pet you choose. Please be mindful, if you're going for a cat or a dog and you're going to a private owner, please be mindful of their time during the holidays. But please, 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 I can't say this enough. Don't bring them home and expect to have them under the tree Christmas Day. And here's the reason why. In the excitement, the dog or the cat's paws will get stepped on, and there's wrapping paper all over the place. If it's a puppy, it's got to be taken out. And there's tons of YouTube videos on bringing home a puppy or a kitten, uh, and how you acclimate them. So you want your dog or cat or whatever you're going to surprise the kids with, you want that pet in the house with you well before the holidays, so that everybody knows when the animal has to be cared for, whether it's being taken out or fed or whatever. Um, you could take the kids out maybe Christmas Eve or the day after and buy a special collar, buy a leash, those kinds of things. But just please don't bring the pet home on Christmas Day. It's just not fair to the animals, and it's not fair to the family. It's a less than ideal way to set up your kids for success taking care of an animal. And I'm going to get off my soapbox and leave it there. So we've covered how to set up a small aquarium. I still recommend you go 10 gallons or larger. We've also covered the reasons why you shouldn't bring any pet home for Christmas Day. It's just too stressful on the pet, and that's not fair. And it's stressful on your kids, which anything that's stressful on your kids is stressful on you. So there's our complete project, our 3.2 gallon aquarium, Everybody's doing fine. Our base on our manzanita wood broke, and so now we have a fallen tree, not a standing log. Oh well. But we need to turn the corner because that project is, for all intents and purposes, finished. So my question to you is, do you want to see what we can make out of this pile of stuff? Some of you might already have guessed. Or do you want to see what we can make out of a bag of 2 different kinds of foam? That's my question to you. I'd love to know what you'd like to see in comments. And the truth of the matter is, you'll see both of them. But I just want to know what you want to see first. Bag of foam or pile of stuff? And that's all we have for you today. Remember, please, to like, comment, and share. That really helps us out a lot. You can find us on Instagram and on Twitter and on Facebook if you have the Facebook address. Until we see you again, thanks so much. Glad to be with you. Take care.